All right, guys. Only took a week, but here we are. Time to hit some balls. Time to get used to hitting balls off Bermuda. It's a little different. Like I said, can't be steep. It's got to be ball first. And of course, we're going to work on a little steeper, a little more this way and this way. So we got to hit some smaller traps today. Uh, Chances are we'll be hitting it low. Nice 75-degree morning. Get out here, swing the clubs, and then maybe go make some calls, see if we can find a catching gig. Yeah, hit some little ones first. And get loose, and then we'll set up the alignment sticks and kind of really start focusing today on getting some trap solid contact. You know, we've seen it, right? My hands get open and I get flat, so we got to get here. The clothing line thing has always kind of been in the back of my mind, but never really had the time, energy, or availability to do it. So I've always said all along, golf adjacent was kind of what I was looking for, right? I don't want to be in the shop. I don't want to be in the box fitting people, but we still want to keep those contacts and use the people that we've. I shouldn't say use the people, use the resources that we've accumulated over the years. So 50 degrees usually around my 110-yard club. It's 80. Yeah, 106. So that should be the right into the wind a little bit. That should be the right club. 50 degree to get to that. I just remember what I'm really working on is squaring up, if anything closed, and getting it up and out, then cover. So let's see if we can pull this off. Kind of like that. All right. Right club, little tug. Again, you see me struggling with the roots. You know, that's the difference between Bermuda and bent. It's very wiry and tough. I'll zoom in when I'm done hitting balls, and you'll see the divot pattern. You see how kind of everything's standing up. That's what Bermuda does. You know, it's like a wire grass, so it's not as pure as bent or rye, but ball sits up pretty good on it. All right, a little quick and a little thin, but still online. You'll really see it later when I go over to the short game area. There we go. That's better. A little off balance, but pretty solid. Swing feels surprisingly good since I haven't touched the club in a while. I don't know. It was ugly at Pinehurst. I think it's because it's so cold out. Yeah, that was flush. Swing feels good. Actually turning it over today. Obviously, there's some wind going that way, but still hitting center face, getting the face square. I definitely feel like I have my speed, some of my speed back. Not all of it, but 110 yard, 50 degrees, not bad. We'll see when we start stretching it out a little bit and make our way through the bag. But there we go. That's solid. Yeah, that's much better. I want to see it a little lower though. I want to get it covered. What happens when my back and ankle hurts? I kind of fall back, and that's when it goes up in the air. I want to flight it a little bit more. You know, one thing I see guys do practice and they don't clean their clubs in between each shot changes the way the ball flies. Changes what you see. You could hit a good shot, hit a pebble on your face, and go sideways, and you're thinking you got a bad swing. So, you know, take time in between shots. Get off the mat if you're on mats. Get behind it if you're on grass. You know, wipe the face. Go through the motions, right? When you get out on the golf course, it's just a routine. Much more solid. I can tell by the takeaway. You know, the sound of the impact just feels good. You know, it's kind of all it takes. Just getting out here and doing it, right? Just kind of working on it. Reminding yourself on every swing to get it up and away. You know, when all this shit went down last fall and I had unemployment this summer, I was looking forward to a summer of playing golf. Kind of sucks. This is where we ended up, but you gotta make the best of the hand you dealt, right? That's what I've done my whole life. It just wasn't until I got on that medication that I kind of feeling sorry for myself and woe was me, and it sucks. It sucks that it took as long as it did for me to get out of it and get off the medication. There we go. That's solid. And we're off it now. I'll never touch it again. But yeah, like I said, the benefits at first on the golf course, the positive thinking and the fact that I could focus was what kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word addicted, but you know, it's kind of what it is. I was kind of addicted to the productivity. It's funny, guys. It seems like a lot of you are supportive of the clothing line. You know, it's something I've always thought of. You know, since working with Gino Green, you know, I always had two closets: my golf closet and my life closet. It sucked. Always wanted to be able to combine them. You know, rock some golf shit out in dinner and stuff. You know, t-shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. You're starting to see it come into the game now, and there's a market for it. You see Malbon and Eastside Golf and all them at the PGA show. You know, rocking with rappers. Even Travis Matthew and Callaway did a collab with somebody. I forget who it was, but that's a solid swing there. As you can tell, there's some wind going right to left. Ball's kind of tumbling out of the sky, but still hitting it solid. You know, one of the things that I was doing the other day at Pinehurst was leaning over and falling forward, off balance. So, working on that, working on sitting on our heels, getting the club out away from us, and then dropping it inside. You know, I'm attacking, you know, a dimple on the inside corner. When I used to do lessons with people, I'd set up, you know, the T in Titleist, so the number right on the inside half, right? Get it out and attack that inside half. You know, just something to think about. Concentrate on a little dimple. Trying to hit the bottom inside left corner out away from me with a close fade. We're looking for at impact. So, small targets. Aim small, miss small. That's what I believe in. You know, I think it's too many guys say, "Oh, I'm not good enough to be that detailed," but they're not that good enough because they're not that detailed. There we go. That was a good swing. Yeah, see, distance is starting to come back a little bit. Now, it could be the golf ball, it could be the warm weather, but at Caddy Shack, I was hitting that 100 marker, but that's not 100. You know, this one I shot it is 106, and I'm hitting it past it. So, a little bit, getting healthy, starting to come back. One more with this, and then we'll stretch it out a little bit. We'll grab like an 8-iron or something. See where the posts are. Yeah, that's solid. All right, a little tuggy. Maybe alignment. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta stay me. That was a bad golf swing. But again, that's when you're not thinking about what you're doing. That's what happens. I can always work on parts of my game. You guys want to hear something, you got a question about my golf swing, question about your golf swing, how to get better, things like that, feel free to reach out. Yeah, a little off the toe. Getting a little quick from the top over the top. That's my miss, though. It always is, always has been. I get quick, I get anxious at the top, and I horse it from here as opposed to here. So obviously today is a little different because I'm trying to hit some low smothers, but at the same time, still got to work on our golf swing. Got to stay down and sit as opposed to dive. That went left, but rather that missed. Solid, sounds better. That's an easy one to fix. There we go. That was a better swing. There we go. That's the swing we're looking for. There we go. We went at that a little bit. We'll see where that one ends up. All right, that one got to the green. It didn't quite get to the post, so probably 145. I just got to get myself to go. I'm so afraid to hurt and feel pain. I don't go hard enough. Yeah, it's just too shallow, too false. A couple grooves low. We got to get back up to the middle. There we go. That was flush. We'll see how far that went. Yeah, way short. It's frustrating because that's me. That's standing too far away from it. That's a old habit. But it feels more connected today. I don't know if it looks it. We'll see when we get home, look at the video, and see what we're doing. But it feels like I'm getting it more here. I got like half a basket left and I'm already exhausted. Obviously, without any medication, walking around all day yesterday in Miami, my feet and my ankles kind of bugging me a little bit, but got to get used to it if we're going to play with it, especially if we're going to caddy with it. Yeah, just hanging back. I got no power. It's frustrating. That's the miss that I hate. Obviously, as the club gets longer, it gets exaggerated, so it's frustrating. That's the miss that I've worked on year and year and year and year, and it always comes back at the beginning of every year. Actually, usually some point in the middle as well. But what are you going to do? Unfortunately, this is the point where the mic ran out of battery. I wanted to keep going because I wanted to show you guys a few driver swings. You'll see how open and flat I truly get. As the club gets longer, I've always had the habit of trying to create space by getting the ball further forward and getting my stance open. So when I'm on the range, I'm purposely hitting the driver awful because I'm feeling so uncomfortable stuffing the ball back and trying to get the club out away from me. To everybody that was at the show, I hope you had a great week. Ready for 2024. I know I am. Let's go!